5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
And I got to... Have you played it all?
I have.
Okay, so I got to the part
How retarded is your
where you're inside the
So I
bank
looked up
building,
my,
and you like go
47-inch
down that
TV
elevator shaft,
to my PC
and it goes to a
last
QTE
night.
while I'm
Oh, you saw
repelling.
my tweet.
I'm just pressing
And I had
A
a bunch of
to
mods
repel.
in
I'm like, this is
Skyrim
so
that, like,
stupid.
enhances
Yeah.
the
Just
game.
let me.
But Modern
Because
Warfare
the
makes
game
you
by
go
default
left
only
trigger,
uses 2
right
gigabytes of
trigger,
RAM.
left
You can
trigger.
jack it
Okay.
up to use your entire slate of RAM. So
Minor
it's down
differentiating
like
point. At
12
least
gigs of
there
RAM
you're doing something with each.
HD
Like,
texture
why
packs.
does how does pressing A?
I agree with you.
It's
I agree with
literally
you.
like I'm
Computer.
advancing a flip book.
No, I
Computers-
completely agree with you.
It's like
built my
it's
computer from
stupid.
scratch.
It is
a
the
year
bare
ago,
minimum of interactivity.
and it like
It's not, I don't think it qualifies as interactivity.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
it
it's,
automatically
it
defaults.
won't go unless you
Yeah, well,
push button to
exactly, that's exactly
The
what it
bare
is.
minimum
That
of
is what it is.
interactivity.
It is
a support
push
Yeah.
button to continue.
on minimum.
Push button to continue.
Whereas now with this new
Same
card,
thing with
it's
the
on
run.
max. So like
those,
Batman,
oh
we're
god,
gonna
the
do the whole
interactive
thing with
sequences are
Batman.
so dumb. They're
Because
so
we're gonna
dumb.
license the card.
It makes you
basically
realize
uses
why,
physics
how
to
like
add
when
new
Batman
objects
does it,
into the
or
world.
when
So,
games,
like, have you
or
played
even
Batman Arkham City?
Uncharted, how you're
360.
inside the game
There's a part where you're
mechanic.
playing as Catwoman and
You're
you're
doing
like in a
basically
bank
what is a
vault.
QTE,
Yeah.
but
When you
you're
play it
still
on PC,
inside
there's
the
money
established
flying
game.
everywhere.
It's as
That's
simple
like
as
on
that.
the ground.
That's
That's all they have
Yeah.
to do, and it
Yeah.
works.
But the
But
game's not out yet.
No, the game
see,
comes
for
out
like
later
Naughty
on.
Dog, they look at QTEs
So we're gonna do
as
a bunch of stuff like
a
that for it.
as a way to solve a problem they hadn't solved yet in like 1 and 2. But now in
Right.
3, you see them like, okay, well, we wanted to do all this stuff that we had to do in QTEs before. Let's build a good fighting engine. So they built a great fighting engine. So now that whole sequence on the airplane,
Yeah,
where you're like escaping from the, like you're like actually in a fist fight now.
yeah. I wouldn't argue that it's a great fighting engine, but it's.
But they're
It's
progressing.
certainly-
They're
yeah.
taking steps forward so that instead of just translating that to left stick, ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
right stick, ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
hey, 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 hey. They
Yeah.
turned it into an actual fight game, right? Which is way cooler.
Yeah,
It's way more engaging
This
than
is
ding,
like
ding, ding,
way-
ding, 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 ding,
This
ding,
needs
ding.
to be pulled forward.
I guess we can't say
He needs
a
he
dick in his
technically
mouth.
invented it. He just coined
That's
the term.
exactly what I'm
Because I guess
saying.
Dragon's Lair is that way earlier.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, they have
I wonder
quick
if that's the
video games.
first
It's like it's so far away.
Space
from
Ace.
It's
was
part
a
of the
great
Space
one.
Ace.
Space Ace.
I beat that.
time.
Did you really?
Yeah. I spent a lot of money at a bowling alley. And...
Did you ever beat Mad Dog McRae?
No.
Mad Dog McRae was awesome.
Space Ace, I was determined to beat that game, and I finished it.
Really?
As good as
I
it
never beat
gets.
Space. I never beat any of them.
That was a lot of
If you see
mowed
this,
lawns
like,
and...
creeping
Both those games were so
Babysitting money.
frustrating in the arcades
really?
because
Is that a euphemism? Were you mowing lawns?
Stand.
Yes.
Well,
Whoa.
it's Titan that they're getting
anyway,
Billy Berghammer, the
quarter-
early porn
I'm
years.
not going there.
you could put a quarter in and you could play for like a second and a half. And just be like, I'm dead.
Well, it was all
dead.
pattern.
How's that?
Once you knew the
Well, it's not
pattern.
even pattern. It's like learning by putting more money in. Because there's no way
I
to
learned.
tell. There's a flash, but
I
Well, right.
learned.
But that was. Have you ever listened to?
And now you can play that on your DVD player.
I know. You can play it on pretty much anything. They've put that game out so many times on every.
I think my toaster runs
It's
it.
like
It's a really interesting
Mist
study.
and
Last
Doom.
year at DICE, Mark Cerny had a really interesting talk about the evolution of game design from the arcade era and how some of the things that were in the arcade era carried over into home game design that don't make any sense to home game design.
Absolutely.
Like when
Because
because to a quarter, it's weird.
Like game over?
Right.
The idea of game over?
it doesn't make any sense,
Doesn't.
right? Because the whole idea of the way an arcade game was that they needed you to put the next quarter
Yeah.
in because you weren't ever buying the game. But when you buy a game, you've basically paid them. So
game
now
over. Continue?
there's no need for it.
Why would I ever need to say continue?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
But yet that was like no one ever slowed. Like there was such a continuous stream of development that no one ever stopped and said, "Wait, we're not building games in the same market space anymore. This is a whole different thing now." It's a really cool idea. To
Well,
think
I was
about.
thinking about that even in a broader scope. Recently, I was having a conversation with somebody about
One thing I like about this game is like when you buy it,
language
knows
as a
your
whole,
account,
like,
so, all my
if-
books were already on it.
if in a magical
idea
fantasy
account,
world
which is really
where
cool.
we had never gone through the
Seeing
steps
as though I
of written
bought my-
language,
I bought a
we had just
regular
gone to digital
Kindle, and it actually
technology
said Zach
first.
second
Like
Kindle
the whole
in the
idea
corner.
of a
It's
keyboard
like this
or all
little
these things are
accessory.
such
I changed it.
vestiges of
It's not
of
like it's something
translating,
when I keep
taking a
messing with it.
pencil
Yes.
and sticking it on a piece of paper
Exactly.
and writing something
if we
down.
if we had gone to technology
Right.
The only thing
before,
that sucks
you
is,
know,
like,
I
when
mean,
you sideload
all that is
applications,
technology. But if
the
we had gone
icons
to
are
like
much
digital
more
technology,
because it's built. For
imagine
Android
what the
phone.
input
You're basically
device that would be
tricking it
so
to think that
intuitive
it's a
to every
phone.
that we wouldn't
Yeah,
need this like
if we took a blank slate humanoid
yeah
and
exactly.
said,
Let's build an
it said,
interface that's
"Here."
completely natural to that creature.
iPad 2.
Huh?
iPad 2.
It's still iPad
That's
too.
Today on Asimov Discussions, sci-fi.
Well, I mean, I
True
find that
infection.
fascinating because it's such a linear line instead. Because we have files on our desktop, you know, like it's a bullshit thing that's
literally representing old paper
Whoa.
files.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just found a file and
No, apparently they just announced Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah,
well,
a couple hours
Hideo
ago.
Kojima's gonna be on doing it.
just
Surprise,
saw that.
They
surprise.
just announced that a couple hours ago.
I didn't notice that.
Well,
Busy writing features.
I guess we'll have that on the big show here in a bit.
Surprise!
Kindle
Kojima's doing MGS5.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
way.
Yes.
Really?
Somebody-
No way.
It's gonna be his last one,
I saw it
though.
on Twitter.
No.
Someone's
It's gonna
like,
be his last time.
Miyamoto's
After that.
also making Zelda games,
Yeah.
and Valve's also doing Half-Life
And the
games.
sun's rising
Holy
tomorrow.
shit.
I thought he was doing that Rising game with the sword slicing of watermelons.
Oh,
and
you mean
stuff?
the Metal Gear game?
No, he's not doing that.
No, he's his
He's
protege.
announced a new producer.
His
Metal Gear Skyward
the
Sword.
first,
Is
the
that
first
what you're
guy
talking
couldn't
about?
do it. Yes.
I was joking. You know, we've known that for a long time. The writing was on the wall for quite some time. Cruel Legacy has an interesting thing. He's one of the hosts on Halo Waypoint's podcast, and he has an interesting contrast of the evolution of multiplayer gaming, which I thought
Yeah,
was
I
pretty
thought
nice
it's very
comment.
well articulated.
Well articulated, so I thought we'd bring that in. Little response on handheld gaming, which will kind of keep it limited. I mean, people still think that we hate handhelds. We don't, obviously. Billy's going to bring the handheld love. These don't count. No, Zap.
If you like this, you hate that. That's the way it is. That's the binary internet world we
Instead of-
live in.
Yeah.
This
All right.
this is your MW3 to my BF3.
And
Jesus Christ.
and then we're close. We have football, by the way. Football this week. Here's your picks to get ready for.
Packers.
Dallas -7.5 at the Redskins. Seattle +2 at the Rams, and Philly +4 at the Giants.
Forgetting a team that's
There's no reason to pick, dude. You don't even play anybody next week.
next week. Yeah, we do. We've got Nickelback in fucking Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Nickelback is playing.
Nickelback.
That shouldn't have an image.
And apparently, like, people got really upset about the fact that Nickelback is playing on Thanksgiving.
I had to laugh because, you know, they had a big thing because their album was streaming for free on iTunes. I was like, I wonder if 5 people are still listening to it.
And Patrick Klepek is totally listening to it.
Probably.
Nickelback to back to back.
Back.
And I'm having a miserable season, and Jeff Cannata and Del Rio still neck and neck. Both of them 2-1 last week, so they're still 14-9, 13-10. I'm miserable. And Xav's results are go Leafs go.
I don't know if you noticed that I put that in there.
Go Leafs go. All right, so there you go.
We gotta go see the Muppets tonight. All
Fuck
get
you.
the show on the road.
Oh.
Getting the show on the road. See how I did?
Got to the part. The elevator shaft.
To my piece.
Left
You can
trigger.
knock it.
Okay.